Hello and welcome to this episode of Tavern Talks. I'm the Mighty Cat Herder and I've got some tips for players on how to speed up your combats and keep the action rolling. Because the internet loves lists, I have numbered these, however they are not in any particular order and all of them could help you in some way, shape, or form. Enjoy. Tip number 1. When you roll a 20, be clear about whether it was 20 with your modifiers or a natural 20. I have my players who have started saying things like unnatural 20 or 20 with mods as opposed to nat 20. This will save a lot of time clarifying exactly what the roll was at your table. Number 2. Look up your spells and abilities before you ask the game master. It's okay not to remember every little detail about what you can do, but before you go and ask the game master, try to find the spell or ability, read it, and then if it's still unclear, because sometimes the rules are clear as mud, ask away. But now you will have it ready for them and not stop the game to pull out books and look up exactly what's going on. Number 3. If you can't handle having a lot of tiny creatures, don't summon so many. Try to be conscious of other players' time and the amount that you're taking at the table. If you can't get through all of your creatures' turns efficiently, try summoning some of the larger creatures available to you. Or ask your GM about whether you can switch to using a swarm instead. Sure, it's less attacks, but it's faster and will make a great meat shield. Number 4. Always have a plan B. Sometimes the player right before your turn casts Fireball and the entire battlefield changes in an instant. Then it's your turn and the plan you had is no longer an option. What do? It's totally okay to feel confused. Your character is probably confused as well. But you should always have a standard plan B for those moments. I shoot my bow, Eldritch Blast, or dodge, or an easy way to still be active in your game, and reassess your options for the next turn. And number 5, which is probably the most important, work together. This might seem odd, but the fastest way to end a combat is together with your party. Take a moment at the start of combat to come up with a plan with the party. You may not be a combat specialist, but your characters live a life of danger and violence every day. The party should learn each other's abilities, at least a little bit, and put together a quick plan. Even if that plan doesn't survive first contact, you will still know what your goal was and be able to adjust what you're doing. So as an example, you could break up the party and the fighter and the sorcerer are supposed to do crowd control so that the rogue can sneak up on the bad guy while the fighter engages them. Suddenly there's a force wall put in the middle of the battlefield. You still know what you were supposed to try and accomplish, and you can aim to get that goal done. If your job was crowd control, how much crowd control can you still do? But I digress. I hope some of these tips help you out at your table and can speed up your combat. Until next time, always respond with lightning.